Cheers, dear. Today's message is brought to you by the bead art I make. These are 2 coasters, and both of them and other interesting items are available for purchase in my Etsy shop, which you can link to through angelinetarot.com. Today's reading is going to be about a choice. Now, you will probably already know what choice you are trying to make, a decision you're trying to make. But for somebody who wants the energies to talk about a particular choice or decision that the cards want to talk about, you can pay attention to this center card. Otherwise, apply the reading to the options that are right for you. Okay, so for those who want to follow the cards telling of what this reading could be about, the choice has to do with love, the lovers. Now, the lovers can also be some kind of choice between head and heart, between following a passion or following something logical, or it can just be a love situation that you need to make a choice about. Okay, so we're going to put down the pros and the cons for each of these options. And we'll start there. So choice number 1, get that in your mind. What's option number 1? And option number 2 will be over here. Okay, so option number 1, the main energy is High Priestess. Oh, wow. And option number 2 is the Star. These are really interesting beginning energies. Okay, so for option number 1, the main thing you need to do is turn inward and figure out what it is that you really want out of the situation. This isn't a time to take any action. This is a time to get in touch with your intuition about the topic, okay? The topic in general, for option number 1 especially. For option number 2, so for option number 2, truly there's kind of like a positive, hopeful energy or aura surrounding option number 2. All that's really called for when considering option number 2 is faith. Faith that you are in correct divine timing with this option, and that you have managed things correctly up to this point. Your intuition is in order, you are in harmony, and that things are playing out in their correct timing as they should. It's not necessarily I don't read this necessarily as this is a better choice than this in any way based on these 2 cards. What I'm saying is that there's option 2 isn't requiring you to look further into it. It is where it's supposed to be right now. Whereas option 1 needs you to look at more deeply into yourself and see how it harmonizes with who you are and what you want. So for the pros and the cons of both of these options. Option 1, pro, 6 of Pentacles, con, the Tower. Okay, for option 1, the pro and the cons are you're actually going to, it could actually lead to some kind of physical, material abundance, sharing of resources, a kind of a financial victory. And the con is that it will require quite a large state change of some kind. The foundations of something you've built will need to change considerably. Either you will be required to make this change yourself, or it will actually bring down something that you've already built. It's not to say that that is a negative. Well, it is a negative because it's a con. So it will require some kind of a sacrifice, and it probably is a sacrifice that you did not see coming, an unintended consequence of pretty large proportion. If this is related to a love situation, option number one is a more challenging, well, no, I shouldn't say more challenging, is a challenging opportunity to pursue. This person may trigger you in quite a few fundamental ways. Get this light out of the way so we can see the cards better. And you have to spend quite a bit of time in this situation becoming very clear about who you are. This is not a love relationship to enter into without being self-possessed. This situation won't take care of itself. You need to be certain when entering into this situation who you are, what your goals are for yourself, what makes you feel good, where are your boundaries, how committed you are to your boundaries, and what you want. Sorry, it's just kind of dark. I don't know how to deal with this lighting. Anyway, okay. And then it could lead to quite a bit of material abundance. Maybe this person in option one is wealthy, or can help you manifest some kind of material comfort, or you have resources that you can share, and it feels good to be able to share those resources with this person. But you're going to have to make some changes, and it may end up the end formulation of this connection may end up not being what you thought it was going to be. You may have to change some of your ideals. And you may need to be aware that this relationship is not built on very firm foundations. It could always, because it's already requiring you right from the beginning to know yourself before entering in. It's a triggering kind of situation. It may not be a stable connection. It's always going to require you to be vigilant, and it will be a turbulent connection. So, and then option number two, the star. It has come to you, again, we're talking about this, if it's a love situation, it's come to you in divine timing. It's possible that after going through a process like this, intuition, this intuitive, how do I say, I don't know, my words are failing me. You've come to an understanding of intuitively what it is that where your boundaries are and who you want to be and what you're looking for. Once you've gone through that process, you manifest people in your life who match that. And so this option number two person matches you. It doesn't require you to brace yourself for anything. So let's see what the pros and the cons are. Pro is Eight of Cups. The con is the Fool. Okay. So the pro is that it's a strong enough connection that it enables you to have the strength to walk away from some things that you really do love in favor of moving toward this connection. In other words, if you were afraid of moving away from a particular relationship because you thought, oh no, this may be the best I can ever get, something like that, you will be released of that fear to move toward this connection because it actually does fulfill the cups, the love that you have been hoping for. It's a good match. It's in right order. The con is that it's a new kind of connection that you don't have experience with. So it's going to take a lot of faith. And I love the Fool and the Star together in this context because the Fool in the con place represents a kind of feeling of insecurity that you would be having, not sure how to be in a situation that you've never handled before. But the Star, see, the Fool requires faith, but the Star shows you that faith, it can be trusted because the dynamic is positive. It isn't a challenging connection. It represents good possibilities for you. So in essence, this reading is saying that whatever this choice is based on for you, option A, option B, or if this is a choice between two lovers, the option that's more in alignment for you is option B. Option A is not a bad option. It just will require a lot more vigilance and work and adjustment on your part. So keep that in mind. I hope you can't hear my dog slurping in the background. She's drinking water. All right, well, and regardless of which relationship or option you choose, remember that in everything in life, every creation is created one bead at a time, one small step at a time. Cheers!